Today, I'm going to reveal everything about power listings. Power listings are listings that are really designed to do a minimum of $20,000 in revenue in their lifetime. So we are building these listings with longevity in mind. This is one of the biggest secrets and strategies that I have used to scale my business to over $1.7 million in revenue on Etsy. I've had dozens and dozens of power listings in my shop. You might be thinking, well, how do I find one of these magical $20,000 listings? We don't find it by going to Etsy software and looking up listings that allegedly do $20,000. Many of you have done that and tried that, doesn't work. So instead, you can actually build a power listing from scratch with that intention from ground zero. And your homework is to either make a listing from scratch or take a listing in your shop and apply these 5 things to get it on the path to become a power listing. The first thing to do is selling to a customer that has higher income and consistent spending habits. That will ensure that the listings revenue will grow over time like a snowball. If you look in your shop and you don't see anything that would resonate with people who have higher discretionary income, we might want to start from scratch. And we want to think about who here has money, whose spending habits have not changed despite inflation, right? And we want to look at what they're coming to Etsy for, who they're shopping for in their life, what expensive hobbies and activities they have. That's the foundation of a power listing, is who you're selling to. If you're not selling to profitable customers, it's very unlikely that that listing will have a consistent growth pattern. The second thing we want to focus on is average order value, because the goal of this listing, it's not to get your order number up, it's to scale your revenue. And to do this, you want to make sure that you do not give a customer any reason to look somewhere else, elsewhere in your shop or in other shops to find exactly what they're looking for. We want to have enough variations and options within a listing for them to stay within that one listing. So this means offering every possible desirable option in the listing itself. Notice I said desirable, right? We don't want to offer ugly fonts, ugly colors, unpopular sizes. We want to focus on what people actually desire. Font options, size options, quantity options, bundle options, material options, or even quality options. We want to offer 2 variations using both of those to affect the price. For things that don't affect the price, we want to use the personalization text box. There are actually 12 different ways to upsell within a listing. And that's what we teach our students. You don't want to use every single way within a listing. It will turn into analysis paralysis. You want to still eliminate the friction from the purchasing process, but offer the highest converting upsells. So for example, painted versus unpainted, rush production versus standard production, maybe photo proof or non-photo proof. Those are just a couple. All right, the third thing is that the listing photos and the SEO has to serve as many customers as possible in as many ways as possible. For example, in your photos, you might show the item used at a baby shower, at a bridal shower, in a kid's room, on a fireplace mantle, in an office, and we'll use our SEO to target a variety of long tail keywords within the same listing. So this isn't having one listing purely targeting the wedding market, and then another listing targeting kids' rooms, and then another listing targeting offices. We want to target many different types of customers and situations and placements within one listing. The variety of search results that you show up under really matters. For example, I might have a sign with SEO that says nursery, name, sign, wedding, last name, mantle, decor for baby shower, right? That is many different long tail keywords. They all connect. That maximizes the number of long tail keywords within a small area. We're not keyword stuffing. We're not putting together all these, short tail keywords, hoping for the best. We're having sets of long tail keywords, right? So several words, and they are overlapping by sharing one keyword. Overlapping long tail keywords will maximize the number of search results that you show up under. The fourth key to a power listing is that this is something that you should have success with year after year. So this is not something that's super seasonal or super short term or super fast fashion trendy. We want the revenue of this listing to grow for years to come. And Pinterest will be working hard for this listing for years to come as well. Because Pinterest is long term and a power listing should be long term, we need that product and that positioning to have have long-term potential. And you can keep this listing fresh by rotating in new colors and new patterns over the years. But the core of that listing, the core of that product and positioning stays the same. And the fifth key to being successful with a power listing has to do with your value proposition. So this is where you want to go and look at your listings, photo and price point, that thumbnail photo. This is really what customers are comparing when they compare you to your competition. How do we come up with a good power listing? Let me show you some examples. I want to preface this with saying that you will have multiple attempts at a power listing. For every power listing that you succeed with, you probably have 4 to 5 attempts. Also, if you do vintage or one-of-a-kind items, you can still create power listings. And we have a special hack in the program that ensures that revenue history builds. Okay, so here's an example print-on-demand shop. It looks like they do custom greeting cards, posters, totes, and mugs. So one idea for a power listing, we want this to be something that has a variety of sizes, colors, options, and we want it to be something that sells year-round. Probably with this shop, since it's very giftable, I would probably get into the POD blanket market. So maybe you bring in woven blankets, and you also have lower price point fleece blankets. You also are going to have different sizes of blankets, maybe a small, medium, large, extra large, as big as it would go. I would make sure to have the largest size and the smallest size within the same listing. I would also have multiple patterns or color options within the listing itself. I would also have the opportunity to add on personalization. That would be another upsell within the listing. So here's an example of a digital shop. Busy mom must-haves, plan, track, organize, and have fun. Okay, mothers and moms, 34 sales. It looks like we only have 9 listings. Now, 6 of these are organization for moms, but some of them are just, looks like wallpaper, birth plan, template, newborn tracker. I would actually work on getting my listing count up to closer to around 80 listings. And then I would create a total shop bundle that is specifically focused on new moms. Maybe they have to do with caretaker sheets, nursing schedule, diaper changing schedule. And I would create a huge high value bundle. It would be printable. It would also be digital, and I would probably have it at a higher price point. Now with that, you're not going to have variations unless you start getting into personalization, which you still can do with digital products if you are offering custom digital products where you are actually sending the product to them after customizing it. You could do several levels of bundles. For example, a pregnancy bundle, newborn to 1-year-old bundle, and then a pregnancy to 1-year-old, right? The massive bundle as the third option. That is one way that I would do a power listing within a digital shop. You might think, well, how do I protect my star seller badge if I am a digital shop? You will notice there is a way to have variations within a digital product by marking it as shipped and selecting this is a digital product, right? Let's say I was trying to create a power listing within the handmade category. Let's say these custom zip code signs. This would be perfect. Right now we just have stain color, and that doesn't even impact the price. So we want to have 2 variations that impact your price in a significant way. One of the easiest ways to do this will be size. So size and scale. Maybe you have a 12-inch option. Maybe you have a 6-foot option. Maybe you have one that is framed. Maybe you have one that is unframed. Maybe you have one that is unpainted that someone could paint themselves. The personalization text box, we're going to use that for anything that does not impact price. I think this could be potentially a great power listing. I hope this full download all about power listings gave you inspiration to go and make some power listings for your shop. Remember, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's about hard work and consistency. It's not going to be the first thing you think of that is going to take off necessarily. Be willing to put in the work. And if you have any questions on the strategies, or if you'd like us to help identify power listings for your shop to really scale your revenue, just reach out to us. You can comment below power listing and we will share more about our one-to-one coaching. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe and we will do more just like this in the future.
I've gone from about $1,500 to $2,000 in revenue a month to currently, before the month's finished, $4,200 in revenue.